Welcome, everyone. This is Sam Besla, and I am thrilled to announce today's discussion today. That we're going to talk about the revenue growth engine. But whether you're running a B2B business or whether you're running a D2C brand or a B2C brand, if you are in the early stages of growth, this session is going to be extremely useful for you. In fact, I'm going to make sure that you build your revenue engine with me live today. So grab your pen and a notepad and walk with me as we build that revenue system for you. Now, for that matter, just to give you a quick glimpse of it, I've been doing business, working, selling, building revenue systems for over 24 years now, or as I say, quarter of a century. Sounds cool, right? I have hired, trained, managed over 500,000 people and been an entrepreneur investor myself for over 20 years. The ton of experience that I've learned, the things that I've done wrong, the mistakes that I've made, I have combined everything into this. Now, this is not the first time that I'm doing this workshop. I keep on doing that, but it's been a very, very long time that I do. So if you are watching me live from Facebook, maybe from YouTube, maybe from LinkedIn, just let me in the comments, wherever you're watching me from, two things. One, is my voice and audio clear and visible to you? Can you see the video right? Can you listen to me right? That's one thing that I want you to tell me in the comments. And also tell me, what do you do? Is it the business that you run? Is it that you work for another business? And which city are you watching me from? All right. As I wait for your comments, just to make sure that the audio and the video is all right, I'm going to grab a glass of water. There's going to be an exciting journey today. Trust me. I'm sure you can hear me now. And I am going to talk about how to build a revenue growth engine for your business. If you're a business or you're running a business or you're working in a business, and if you want to grow your revenue and you're at a stage of maybe doing 1 CR, 50 lakh or whatever, or zero revenue for that matter, and you want to scale it 10x, you want to scale it 100x, this is the workshop, this is the discussion that you must be part of. I'm going to actually take you through and I'm going to help you to build your revenue engine today live, right? So grab a pen and paper and make notes. This session is going to be extremely helpful. But before I move forward, before we move further, I just want to ensure that my voice is clear, my video is clear. So let me know in the comments. So that's one thing. The another thing that I want you to tell me is if you're running a business or working for a business, right? That's very important because most of the things that we're going to talk about today are going to be very relevant and very practical for a business owner. You would be able to understand that stuff and apply that stuff if you're a business owner. So I want to know that if you're a business owner or not. I'm waiting for the comments. All right. Okay. I'm going to grab a lot of questions today. So if you have questions for me, keep typing those questions, and we're going to take those questions live today, and I'm going to try and address all the questions. If any questions is left, we will run to that question later. No problem. Without wasting any more time, please keep telling me if you're an owner of a business, what is the revenue that you're doing, and where are you watching me from, which city. Let's jump into this right away. All right, so the revenue growth engine. What do I call a revenue growth engine? All right, so let's combine two things very clearly. People talk about marketing, lead generation, demand generation, or whatever, or branding for that matter. And then there is another part which is sales, which is deals. You close those leads, you convert them into money. Of late, when internet and social media has grown, these two departments, the marketing, the sales, companies that I've built, failed, grown in my life, we've realized that no longer these two departments live separate. There is no marketing and there is no sales. There is one combined department or a system that we call the revenue system. If your companies or if your teams are not working together, they're not integrated, you're already losing. And this is the reason I always call it the revenue growth engine, not the marketing or lead generation growth engine, not the sales growth engine. It is the revenue growth engine. In today's discussion, we're going to talk about some of the fundamentals that how you build digital a business in a digital world. We're going to talk about specifically B2B business growth and of course either fundamentals of growing other businesses also. It's also very important, and then why building a personal brand is going to be very important in this world, and definitely the world that is being now powered with AI, and the steps that you can transition your business from completely being dependent on you or one person and stuck in a kind of revenue that you are, to a level wherein it is not dependent on you, and it translates into a brand that is a business brand and that runs on an automation, sort of automation, right? I'm going to also help you build your revenue engine as I promised in the beginning. So keep pen and paper ready and keep asking questions to me. Just a bit of understanding about who am I. I've been working for 24 years now. This is an old presentation. And mainly, what I've done in my life is I've sold stuff, almost everything. I've sold stuff with Indians, Americans, Europeans, and Gulf. I've sold almost everything under the planet. And I've built large sales teams multiple times, uh, over 500,000 people, as I have been telling you. And also, I have a lot of people who follow me, my work, and these are mostly the business owners from India, from Europe, from Middle East, over 300,000 people. Enough about me. These are some of the companies that we worked with. This is an old presentation as I talk about. These numbers have grown. Brand Samosa, Sales Brigade, Modern Teams. There are multiple ventures that I've built for myself. And we've worked with over 300 companies. And these are IT companies, travel companies, as you can say, consulting companies as Tajurba, T10 Sports, which is a manufacturer of uniforms. In fact, they sponsor one of the T20 IPL T20 teams also. And this is a large government organization into the certification, multiple brands. All right. So you can look me up on LinkedIn and you can reach out to us. Let's understand the fundamentals of a business. If you want to build a business, if you want to build a revenue engine, there are fundamentals that you've got to be understanding. Not spend more of time on it, just quickly rush through this particular part. You build something, you sell it. As simple as that. All right. Now, what you build, it can be product, it can be a physical product, it can be a digital product, it can be a service, but you have to have something that you are building and then you are selling it to somebody. If you don't do these two things, you're not doing a business. And a lot of business owners that I talk about often confuse this particular basic understanding. All right. Now, there are two parts to building something and selling something. In fact, three questions that are very important. You're going to be understanding all of those. So, and this is going to build the foundation of your revenue engine, as I'm talking about. Okay. A lot of people are not able to answer these questions. So when I ask these questions to you, you're going to be answering these questions to yourself. Write the answers on a piece of paper. So there are parts of what you build, and I'm sure if you have a product you already know this, but sit down and ask the question that what have you built, the product services that you're providing to the market, the value that you're providing to the market. uh, does the market want it today? Maybe 5 years later, or maybe 5 years earlier, the market want it. But if the market doesn't want it today, you've got to be changing what you're building, what you're providing to the market. And then, is something that you're providing to the market, is it relevant and close to your heart? Because if your heart not into it, you'll not be able to do it well. And then do you have the skills around it? Okay, so that's a very simple part, but the more important part is that who's your target audience, like who you are selling it to, how, like the process and systems, and the most important questions, why will they buy it? All right, if you don't have a question of the answer to the question, who's your target audience, it'll be the type of companies, the size of the companies, the location of the companies, industries they belong to, who inside the companies are the decision makers. We call that ICP, ideal customer profile. If you don't have a clarity on that, what kind of content that you will be providing, which platforms you'll be using, if you're going to run ads or not, these are questions you will not be able to answer, right? And what processes you will be using to build your revenue engine will be depending on your ICP. All right. That's very simple question. So take your time, write the answer to this particular question. All right. I'm going to skip this particular one. This stage zero is when you just have a skill and idea, and then you have some products, you have an audience, and you do certain sales, and then you move to the stage two, wherein you shift your personal brand to your business brand. Basically, I'm assuming that you are somewhere between stage two and stage three, when you already have a product and already have a service, you have some customers that you're selling it to, you just want to grow from where you are today.